Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, technical difficulties and that, but fucking, yeah, might as well go again. Fuck it. Yeah, the On Record podcast back for another episode, but the only difference is this week got a slightly different studio, back of a car or front of a car, and fucking got still a loot, got Dan on here. Basically just trying to keep the content going. Yeah, limited in terms of where we can go for studios, where we can record, how we can record, that kind of thing. But yeah, wanted to get some content out anyway. I asked a few people last night about a few things actually, like in terms of, yeah, first of all, actually, let me introduce Dan.
Yo, you alright?
Saying, yeah, one of my boys been speaking on this, try and get him on for a while now, for a minute. Finally happened.
Too much of a ghost.
Man said ghost. We'll get into that later, but yeah, I asked a few people last night, what, like, I think, what are your goals for 2021? How are you dating in 2021 as well? Like, how are you using, what are you using if you are? How are you still trying to chat to people? How are you trying to, like, socialize, basically, I guess? And finally, conspiracy theories and mad things, especially, I'm hearing a lot these days, people talking about, like, coronavirus. One of our boys actually replied saying he thinks coronavirus is a conspiracy, but
I've been hearing that about everything.
I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. Like, personally, I think it's real. Like, it's real, obviously. Like, it's killing people, but at the same time, maybe the way like people are dealing with it, obviously, especially governments and that, slightly a bit weird to me. But
like delayed reaction.
It's just like things like you see this week, yeah. The government finally said they're just closing all, like, I think it's travel corridors. So basically what they should have done back in like March, where they were like, you can't enter this country without having a negative test 3 days before. They're finally doing that now.
Yeah, it's taken them a while to put
that into effect. Why the hell did you not? That, to me and you, yeah, that's just common sense. And I understand, like, there are certain things like possibly it wasn't as easy to just close the borders, because obviously as a UK is like business and that, you probably like people coming in and out, you can't just like stop it, I guess. But it's common sense to at least test people. So why were they not doing that from the start? It's not. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy theory, but it's like.
But at the same time, they probably thought like this was just gonna be like a light thing. You get me? Like a passing, quick.
They definitely underestimated.
Yeah, for sure. Because I obviously on Clubhouse, I've been chatting to like bare people in the States, and like some of them are really against taking the vaccine, but some of them are really pro, and some of them are like, this is all a lie. So there's like loads of like different theories going on, and because there's so many theories going on, it's hard for people to like differentiate the difference between real facts and fake news.
Are you taking the vaccine?
That's a hard one. I don't need to personally, but I know there's gonna be a point where they're gonna be like, you can't access this without a vaccine. You get me? You can't go into this shop without taking the vaccine. They're gonna make it difficult. So I feel like at some point I'm gonna have to. But for now, I'm in no rush.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how it pans out in terms of like older. Like, I'm not saying let the old niggas die now, but
test it out.
Like, fucking, we're not gonna get offered it until fucking I don't know when. So,
but like apparently there's like 5 or 6 different versions of the vaccine, and like there's one version that is like killing people.
I swear.
That they're dropping after they've taken it. And then there's a version that's like really meant to be good and that, but obviously I'm guessing the good version is like the expensive version. And
yeah, they're accepting like I think a lot of like different, I don't know what they're called, are like offering their vaccine that they've had approved in it. And then a lot of them, they're being approved obviously because like the government's like, fuck, we want to get this over and done with as quickly as possible. So they're probably making, I don't think shortcuts, but maybe, I don't know, they're kind of trial and error a little bit with that. And then but obviously, as you said, like, you can't really avoid taking it at a certain point. Like, as you said, they're like, definitely going to lock off flights if you don't take it. Lock off, like, certain events if you don't take it, all sorts of things. So it's one of them ones.
What, would you take it instantly?
As I said to you, I'm the same as you. I'm going to wait and see how it... Obviously, as I said, we're in a lucky position here where we're not going to be asked to take it first anyway. So we've got a little bit of time anyway before... they're going to be, and then by that point we'll see how it has affected or has not affected people. I don't even know how long it lasts. Like, I'm hearing some people are saying this vaccine lasts like 6 months and you've got to take something again.
Yeah, like a load up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say this whole thing is a conspiracy theory. I'd just say it's like.
But do you think it's suspicious, like how quickly they've developed the vaccine, though?
I did at first, and then I started reading a little bit, and I was like, and they were saying, apparently, why it normally takes 10 years is because there's not as many like people willing to participate in their trials. Okay. There's not enough people that have the disease potential or virus that they can test things on. Okay. And like they've put a lot more money into it because it's like a flipping world pandemic. So like they've put a lot more money into all of this because they're like, rah, like we need to sort this. So they've invested more that wouldn't have been invested in a normal vaccine that would have taken maybe 10 years. And that's why it's all been sped up. And that's why we're seeing loads of them come out now, because more investment, more people trying it, more, do you know what I mean? That's why it's more, it's been quicker. But I would say it's not suspicious, but it's a bit like, I don't know, like I'm a bit wary of it. I don't know.
But then it makes you think, then if they could have done it now, why didn't they do it at the start? Because like, what, we've been in lockdown for like almost a year now. When you deep it,
I don't know. I think probably fucking. I have actually. I can't answer the question for you, but I'm not some flipping.
Hey, who should we call?
Call someone up and ask them to answer, because flipping. All I'm trying to do is I want to leave this country, and as we said before,
man's trying to run.
I want to go in fucking. October.
Yeah, I'm trying to help Ghana still.
I don't want to be in this country.
I don't want to be in this country.
I don't know what the flipping restrictions are there, but they must be better than me.
All I know is they're living their best life.
My dad, playing polo. I don't even know what. I don't even know what.
That nigga's chilling playing polo.
I don't even know what polo is, but I want to do it. It's better than 9, fam. It's better than 9.
I can't ride a horse, but I'm gonna jump on it.
I'm gonna do it anyway. When he sent me that message saying, I said, do you see that message when I said, I was like, he was like, yeah, I'm at the polo ranch, you know, my guy's polo ranch, whatever, and he was like, I was like, oh, you ridden the horse before? He was like, yeah, I did, I fell off once and never tried again. Idiot guy, man, funny guy. I can never imagine that guy getting on a horse. I would never get on a horse, man, they're scary.
Right, any chance to like get away with an activity, that man's on it.
Yeah, well, he's living his best life, man. I'm actually not trying to do it. Like, look at the weather, man, like, it's just dead.
Nasty.
It's very dead. But obviously, 2021 so far, how's that going for you? And like, obviously, social media is the only real place you can interact right now.
Yeah, the dead one. The thing, like, you know what? Yeah, deep this. I don't understand. Like, in the US, they're not in lockdown.
I don't get that. Like, I'm seeing man at, you know, the NFL, the playoffs right now. I'm seeing fans in the stadiums.
This is what I'm getting.
I don't understand.
They're not in lockdown yet, but they spend all their time on that app.
Clubhouse, bro.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm only on Clubhouse because I'm in lockdown.
Innit? If I was not, I'd be out here doing other things.
You wouldn't catch me on there.
Innit? I don't understand them.
It's one of a mad one, but like this year, 2021, it's kind of low-key started off like negatively, I can't lie. It's been a poor start, like with the whole everything getting pushed back, job opportunities and all that. Like, there's not really much you can do apart from wait for the government to say, okay.
Yeah, that man made a big mess of this whole situation. But yeah, now how, like 2020, how was it going for you? Like, what are you saying? What you been up to? Make sure you don't say any incriminating shit.
Yeah, right. You saying that means
I'm looking out for your best to the people here. Like, listen, don't do what this nigga does because whatever.
What's that?
Let me not say anything. What have you been up to this 2020, my friend?
For real though, just literally chilling with people, innit? Obviously, I jumped onto Clubhouse about like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and since I jumped on, I've just been networking with people, just making new friends and all that. Like, it's low-key a good social app because like you can chat to people on the real, like for real, like because you're just hearing their voices and you get to get a feel for their vibes and all that. It's not like texting, you get me? Like, it's not like blunt. You get to you get to experience the vibe. If they're sound, you know that, innit? Like, you can read them from their voice, and like there are loads of people there who like made it out of nothing. It's good to hear people's backgrounds and stories. Like, there's a guy called CM, he went to jail, he's had like the toughest life, he came out of jail and like he built his own construction business.
What is it?
My guy's like earning six figures and above, easily.
That's cold.
and he literally built it up from nothing. And like that low key inspires me, because like I haven't been to jail. I've got the opportunity to start off like with a good step kind of thing, and like he's made something out of nothing. Yeah. So if he can do something out of like bad foundation, like you said, then why can't I do it from a good foundation? You get me?
No, 100%. Like that's lit. Like, honestly, that's the good part of Clubhouse. Like when you're networking with people, when we come out of lockdown, hopefully, those people you can meet in person, and then obviously network with them, people that have similar goals, aspirations to you. That's the lit side of it. But then you got the other side of it, which is just like, I'm sitting in there, I'm like, it's funny for like 20 minutes. I'm like, wow, like you not really gonna just be talking about this all night. Like it's actually a bit like,
I can't lie, the American rooms are thirsty. They are thirsty. Demon time.
I haven't been a one. Bro, I saw on Twitter there was people making sex noises. I don't know why they were doing it, but they were in the room making sex noises. And I was like, this app is not for me. That's when I knew I was not meant for this app, bruv. Like, you're grown people making
Man
sex
said I knew I wasn't made for this app.
Grown people. They're for the bedroom, bruv. They're not for like, they're not for strangers.
Ain't no one trying to hear that.
You are finished. If you were in that room, you are finished.
If man them's catch you making sex noises,
I'm cutting you off.
Done.
I'm cutting you off.
You're done out here.
But nah, it's like, nah, it's funny. It's funny. Not that. That's a bit mad. That's just mad. But it's funny. Some of the questions that I see for the rooms and that. Like, I wanted to actually, before I ask you about how you date, how you kind of like linking, how you keeping yourself busy. Let's say. Do you
no, why are you saying it like that? Bro, what do you mean keeping myself? You're a dickhead.
Listen, before I get into that, I've got a question for you. I saw it on Chunks and Philly and Nella Rose were talking about it. Right. What a question, yeah. If you had to decide you had to date one of these three things, what would it be? Okay, your boy's sister.
Right.
Oh no, not even date. Okay, date or just per minute, whatever.
Associate.
Would it be your boy's sister or your one of your friend's siblings? Your friend's parent, or
that experience thing,
or one of your boy's exes? If you had to whack one of them, which one would it be?
That's a sneaky one still.
I already know what I'm saying, but I want to hear your. Because I was watching, I was like, I already know this is easy for me.
Yeah, I feel like this is low-key easy, but like, it's just. If you
what?
If you low-key want to like live on the wild side, innit?
Well, this is your boy's sibling, parent, ex.
Right, sibling.
Yeah, me too. Sibling for me too. Yeah.
I ain't trying to...
We're about to be cancelled by our boys with siblings right now, but yeah.
Easy for me. Say your boy calling like their mum, your mum, and I'm deep in that.
Bro, that is, for me, parent is the most disrespectful of all of them.
Disrespectful, fam.
And then
you hear stories about that though. On a night out,
bro. Like, you see, if your boy piped your ex,
but you're done.
That's peak. You're probably obviously that's a big disrespect.
That's it.
That's a big violation. That's a big violation. But your parent, as you said, imagine you come home and you're hearing. You go upstairs. The next thing you know, your boys.
Your boy.
Nah, bro, that's murder. That's murder.
Nah.
That's peak.
Just about to.
Yeah. That's the peakest one for me personally.
Nah.
But
and like, you know what? Yeah, if your boy even catches you, like, he ain't even gonna do nothing because like that's your like you know you can handle him. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, but if it was like some other don. Well, you know you're getting boxed in the face.
Yeah, that's true. But flipping, now it was surprising me because Chunks was like fully on like never my sibling. Like he was fully on that. Yeah,
swear down.
I think he was saying like no. I think his main point was like I wouldn't do it with any of them. Which big, like, obviously I wouldn't do either. But he was really not on that like sibling one, which I'm surprised about. Because for me personally, that's probably the least. Because if your boy, say if you have like a sibling, like your sister, older sister, younger sister, whatever, and you know your boy is a good guy, innit? I wouldn't have I wouldn't have an issue with that personally.
But like, if you knew the kind of antics he was about,
yeah, that's different. If my boy was we won't
name any names, but
he was like
da.
Then fucking I would be you're not coming in, my sister. But if he's a good guy, and I've got no issue. But you know that's the same with anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, X is a big violation as well, bro.
Nah, I would never go there with X, fam.
Nah, bro, I've never.
Because you know, like, it's a bit weird because like X is a bit more intimate.
Yeah, definitely. I don't understand where Chunks' view was coming from in that sense. Like, when he's saying, I'd rather do... Yeah, sibling for me is just easily just the least problematic of all the three. Like, it just makes sense.
Man's trying to dip out quick with no issues.
It makes sense. For me, 2021, as
I want no stress.
my mutual said, it's all about peace, man, because I'm really not trying to deal with any of that, like, fucking stress, bro. But yeah, other than that, someone else was asking, how are you dating, or how are you shooting shots, or how are you doing your thing, basically, in 2021 in the lockdown. How are you doing this? How are you lotioning, babes?
Man said lotion.
How are you doing this? How are you out here?
I'm just
me personally, I'm taking a break.
You're taking a break? I'm taking a break. I've been taking breaks for time. That's why I haven't got.
Everyone on here knows that's cat boy. Yeah.
What do you mean everyone knows? Fam, you know how I am. I don't entertain anyone unless I see like a future with them. You get me? On the real.
See, like obviously, I know a couple of the man that were using Hinge.
Oh yeah.
And we were all on like, I'm gonna say it all on. Let me not go into what we was, but flipping. a few associates of mine were using Hinge. They recommended this to me.
Fam, you're literally a few associates
to use, and I was not really on it. Like, it's not my way of
life.
It's not my way of life. I don't like it. What are you saying about like in 2021, in the situation we're in? What's your preferred way, if you were to, I'm not saying you are, shoot your shot?
Okay. Well, out of like Hinge, Tinder,
DMs, in person, obviously that's not really possible. But like,
I low-key find like DMs are so hard.
I'm a fan of DMs, to be honest.
Swear up.
Yeah, it's probably my favourite. Like, just because you're straight to the point, like, you know, they know why you're there. I know that's the same with Hinge already, isn't it? Like, to be fair, you know why each other are there, but I feel like it's slightly, just a little bit more...
Okay, let me put this to you, For us, ugly looking guys, it's a bit harder. You get me? That's what I'm trying to say. Because, like, what if they're acting bougie, they're on it, like, they're trying to give you a response, but they're giving you a blunt response. Then you gotta come with some big dick energy kind of thing that you know you're not on.
Fam, it depends, like, I don't know, like, it just depends. Every different situation is different, you get what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
I just don't like Hinge because I don't fuck with dating apps. I don't fuck with.
Why is that though? Is it because like the pressure is there, innit?
I prefer personally just doing, if I'm feeling you, I would just DM you.
Okay.
And if you're not feeling it, then cool. But to do this thing where you're like, or let me swipe for you, or let me do this, I'm not on it. Like, I'd rather just say to you, yo, come, let's do this, innit?
Man said, yo, come
here, innit? Let's do this. I'd rather say that than just
bro, you're getting slapped in the face.
Beat around the bush and go and tip that Hinge in there. It's just long.
Bro, you move to a girl saying, yo, come here, you're getting slapped.
Depends who it is, innit? If they're feeling you, I swear to you, this is my personal view. If someone is feeling you, they do not care what you say to them.
Swear down.
I truly believe that if someone is feeling, this is whatever. Like, if a girl is moving to a man, if a man is moving to a girl, whatever it is,
yeah.
I think if they are feeling you, and they know they're feeling you, and they want you to pop up to them, I don't think it matters what you say to them.
We basically can literally chat for days.
Obviously, don't come with something weird, bro. Like, don't come with something like weird, but like if you just say the normal, like your standard, like, you know, you're always like da-da-da or whatever, like, or you reply to a story of something.
Alright, I've got a question for you then. Yeah. What's the weirdest thing you've ever slid into the DM saying?
I can't really, like, I'm not gonna put myself on record saying this stuff because it's a bit like, I can't. What about you?
No, I'm just deep in what you told me. I'm trying. Yo, babes, I'm trying to.
Wait, what? Yeah, just don't say that on. Let's discuss this after. But
yeah,
I don't. What about you?
I don't even know, you know. Like say like
Wait, yeah, go on. Yeah.
say a weird like say a line, and then you know the Kobe meme of him shooting a shot.
Yeah.
Just simple, innit?
No,
Bro,
I hear that.
memes just finish
Memes
it.
are good. Memes are.
You don't have to say too much.
But it went badly wrong for me. I'm not gonna where on where or what app. I tried it. The thing is though, yeah, I tried it, yeah, and she sent me a meme back, and it was just Pete because she was like, yeah, nah, my man's cool, and like I think I was like, I hope you've eaten today, mum, and she was like, yeah, my nigga fed me in it. It was just Pete. That's my latest.
That's your exit. That's
like the exit strategy. She just like sent me a meme like closing the door in it.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's
right.
Pete. Violated. Yeah,
Yeah.
violated, brother. Yeah. She didn't even just like air it. She was like, yeah, my nigga fed me today.
Yeah, she slapped
and,
back.
and sent me a gif or a meme back, closing the door. Yeah,
Take a gift back.
yeah, bro. Like, I actually spent some time, you know, like looking through my camera roll, like, yeah, let me send you
Let me
this.
send you this.
And yeah, was not on it.
She was on it.
But it is what it is.
Fam.
Sometimes
You got a head.
sometimes you miss, innit? Sometimes you miss.
Bro, true. That's how you learn from your mistakes, innit? Experience is what you call mistakes and all that.
Yeah, that was a Pete one. Then I knew maybe
Till this day you're recovering.
maybe this lockdown isn't for me. Maybe I need to just not do anything.
But the thing, like, I'm with you. Like, I'm the type of person that's like, I'd rather meet you in person, like a club like that, because like I know for a fact, yeah, my texting game is so dead, it's so dry.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not on that texting thing.
You know
like,
how
it's
some man can like chat smoothly and all that, and like, yeah, I'm not about that. I'm just gonna say how it is, like straight up forward, innit?
Like, in person one is definitely the way for me. Like,
For sure. For sure, but then it does have like its repercussions though. If they're not feeling you, it's like, you know.
Yeah, but then like you just know, innit? Like you just respectfully just leave, innit? Yeah, be like, yo, have a good night, innit? Respectfully leave,
Exactly.
innit? But then there's, you know, them one, yeah. But on text, it's like some people just do it because they're bored, innit? And then I do it myself. Like, you know what I mean? You just chat to people because you're bored, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, they're trying to meet me.
Yeah.
FaceTime is unannounced. Let me talk about that. Don't ever do that, bro. That is the most annoying thing. Do you know how annoying that is?
Chat about that.
Do you know how
You need
annoying
to
that
book
is?
your slot.
Yeah, bro. Like, do you know how annoying that is? Never do that unannounced, bro. Like, it's the most annoying thing. Oh my! I don't care what you think it is because it's not.
Yeah. But like, you know what? Sometimes it's like, if you know them like well, you get me?
Yeah.
And like you're close with them like on a friend level, it's low key like gives them a pass to do that. You get me? But like,
If I'm cool with you, I don't mind you just FaceTime me unannounced. I don't care about that. But if like if we've talked like 2 days and
you're trying to jump
in my like jump on FaceTime, that's just ridiculous, bro. That's
bro, I low key like
bro.
when I see like FaceTime calls, I'm like fuck, because like you know it's not gonna be a quick one.
Yeah. They wanna like talk to you.
You're on there for like hours.
That's the thing.
Like
I don't know about hours for me personally,
yeah,
but,
more like
it's hard to leave a FaceTime. It's hard to leave a FaceTime. You can't just be like, whoa, anyway. You know the ones you can't be like, oh, let me call you back because they can see your face, bro. They know you're not busy. Especially lockdown. Where you going to like not be talking to me? Do you know what I mean? It's hard.
But dating apps, back to the dating apps thing. I would say I low-key find if I was to use it, I'd say I'd find Hinge easier.
I do like the one thing I like about Hinge. I don't is you know people will put a statement up or something.
Yeah.
I like that because it's an easy conversation starter. I deleted it anyway. I haven't had it for maybe a month now, but that's a better way in terms of like they can reply and then you've automatically got something.
Obviously a conversation.
And you know they're feeling you anyway because they wouldn't have replied otherwise, so it's calm in that sense. But no, I do hear you, but just for me, it's just not. I'm not on it. Like I'm not on it. It's just Same with like.
Man's got PTSD.
Let me ask you, what's like the worst? You know, obviously I just said mine, innit? What's like, even in person, what's the worst? Like someone's just aired it, or like someone's been like, nah, you're not, like in a club or anywhere like that.
More times, yeah. I'm low-key shy of like new situations like that, but it's probably like what you said as well. Obviously I DM'd this girl, yeah, and like I hit her with a sweet one. I felt like she was eating it up, and then I said something else. I was like, oh, like me and you should fly out or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, my man will come as well.
Why? I don't get why did you do that?
Why did you do
why
that?
did you entertain a conversation and just say I've
Exactly.
got a man? Like, what did you think this was?
But like this year, this was like at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm like,
Yeah, why are you replying?
why are you holding a conversation?
A man's asleep in bed and he's woken up and he's like, saying I got a man now. He's seen a conversation. That's why.
And she probably like low-key deleted her side of the text.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think my boy, that happened to my boy once. Like he caught like his girl DMing some man, and all her replies were deleted. So it was so bait. Like,
yeah, like
it was
you
so
know.
bait. She was chatting back because the replies, the messages he was sending, there were bare of them as well.
Yeah.
It was like, well, why is he just talking to himself? Like, obviously, like, what? I don't know what you thought you'd done here, but
You think you're slick?
yeah, it's obvious you've been talking back to this man, innit?
He's not just gonna send you like 50 replies.
DMs and that. It's fucking weird.
Oh, can't lie. You girls, yeah, you guys think you're slick, but you're not slick. They're not slick.
Elaborate, please.
They're not slick. They're like they take us for like dickheads sometimes, yeah.
How so?
Like doing shit behind our backs and all that, thinking like we're never gonna clock kind of thing.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first girlfriend.
Wow.
It was peak.
How did you find out?
It was a bit of a weird one. Like, I think it happened twice, but I'm still like unsure on the second one. But like the first one, she like low-key told me, innit? And she was like, oh, I'm not sure, blah, blah. And I was like, explain the situation to me. And like, when she explained it, it was like so basic, like it's so clear it didn't happen.
Obviously you don't have to go into detail on it, but like, what's cheating to you? Like, what constitutes that to you?
Obviously, like, physical contact, innit?
Would you say, like, if she's DMing another guy, would you say that's cheating? Obviously, talking in that kind of way.
Oh, in that kind of way?
Yeah.
Talking in that kind of way, yeah. I can't lie.
Yeah, so it's a sticky one, like, obviously.
It's not physically cheating, but it's like, why are you doing that like with him?
Yeah, if you're doing... Yeah, that's it happened twice.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, it was bad. Like, me being the idiot took her back the first time. But like, obviously it was my first one, innit? My first girlfriend.
Yeah. This is a Clubhouse topic, but flipping, I think you were in the room actually. You were like, would you take a cheater back, innit? Like, never in my life.
Obviously, bro. I didn't speak on that.
Never in my life, bro. Like, are you dumb?
You dumb.
Why would you do that? Once you get away with it once. You know what I mean? Not me, but you know what I mean? I'm just... I sit back and watch.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Where's your popcorn?
and you see these people taking them back, taking one video, and then fucking basically, you know, bro, they're doing it.
Dumb.
Oh, like if someone does it to you once, you need to get out of there.
To sort your life.
You can't expect someone like if they've done it to you once.
But like, I low-key understand like why mandoms take them back though, because like it's like you're so attached to them, you can't imagine a scenario without them, or a life without them, or like you going on about your normal routine without them. You get me?
Yeah.
They're so integrated into your everyday routine and everything. So like,
I hear that, but at the same time, like if that's disrespect, man. If you're like doing that and they find out, and then I'd have to leave you. If you found out I was cheating on you and you kept me there, I'd leave you. You need to respect yourself, man.
Yeah, well, just for like respect.
Yeah. So I'll just leave them anyway, because that's disrespect, man. But it is what it is. Yeah, no, I was thinking the other day, I was bored after working it. I was like, I need to make a meal in it, but that's another story. Fucking, if you won a lottery like tomorrow, yeah, say you won like 50 mil, what's the first things you're spending that money on? And what are you doing? Like, first of all, like, holiday? Or, like, say if you're trying to, what are you doing with it? And, like, what are you going to invest in by?
Alright, first of all, yeah, you got to look after the family. Innit?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
family.
of course.
So obviously, Mumsy, she's going to get a couple of racks. Maybe a new house.
Man, just a couple.
Maybe a new house.
Maybe a new house.
Maybe if she wants
She's
it.
polite, innit?
She's polite. I'll offer it to her. She takes it. She takes it.
Yeah.
Nah, but obviously I'm gonna look up after the fam and then split what I got in half and save it, and then the other one I'll split in half again and I'll invest it, and then the rest, yeah, I don't even know. I feel like secure myself a yard, innit? And after that, then it's just a madness from there.
I'm saying, yeah, yards. Yeah, mad. Yeah, well, yards. Like, if you live if you're not a fucking idiot, you never have to work again. Why would I? If disclaimer, this isn't where I work now. Just before I get sacked in it. But fucking.
Yo, I mean, sad. Yeah. This is my podcast. I mean, sad, bro.
But if I hated where I worked, I wouldn't even say I'm leaving. I'd just be like, fuck it.
Right, see you later.
Hey, call me Henry. Where are you?
No way you can find me.
You can't afford where I am. You can't afford this shit.
Last I heard, the early bird.
That's what I'm doing, bro. I'm not even. That'd be a madness though, winning that kind of. I'd definitely, if it was me, I'd be, obviously patting the family first.
But like, if you're smart about it though, and like, let's say you got 50 grand, would you? And you loved your job, like you rated your job highly, would you still keep your job?
Yeah, I think so, because I think like sometimes, I think if you just had bare money with nothing to do with it, you'd get bored, and you like, say if you just, you can't just go on holiday for it. I mean, you can, but
if you want.
But like, I feel like if you liked your job, I would keep doing it. But what I was gonna ask, flipping. To be honest, if you had that kind of money, I think these days in this kind of era we're in now, with like social media influencers, you can make more money because I feel like people love to see luxury. Do you know what I mean?
The thing, that's what I've noticed on my feed nowadays, isn't it? It's like everyone with like the new drip, prestige, like holidays, doing this, like, and it kind of like makes you feel some type of way, because like you want to try and match that mentality.
Yeah.
Because like people can't just post what they have, like basic things. You get me? Like they're always trying to.
But you know what spun me? What you told me?
What?
People order clothes to take a picture of them and then send them back.
That's the only way. Like, you know, like
that's how you know what you just said.
All the, like, I'm not saying all of the influencers, like fashion or models, do that, but majority of them do that because it's like the best way to keep their money in it.
I mean, I think the ones that are like actual models, I don't know, because I'm assuming they probably have that style anyway.
They have that access to
it. I was spun when you told me that. I was like, people are buying these things just to send them back just to take a picture. But as we said, I guess if you're playing the game,
you better play it well.
Long term, if that works, then you can buy it for real. I guess, like, I'm not like digging anyone out here, innit? Because if that works, like long term, then you've done and you've made your life better, innit? So I hear that. But like, I do get, it does kind of I don't want to go into that too much, but it does kind of like warp people's perceptions of what you should be aiming for. If like you're constantly seeing, this person's got this. The one that, there's a few that obviously someone will wear a brand, that's just like hype in it, I guess. Like, but you know what I mean? Like then everyone will be wearing it and trying to do this and trying to match up to who you, which I think it's a bit toxic, but that's the way it does.
It does affect you because like you automatically think that like if you're not living to that standard, you're not good enough. Like you're not good enough of like society's ideals of what a person your age or in your age bracket should be like. You get me?
Yeah, but when you like tell me things like people are buying things and then sending them back, that just kind of says to me, forget what you're seeing because that's not real.
Exactly.
That's definitely something I think people need to remember. And like, and obviously a lot of people won't be watching for that anyway, but the ones that are, and I know a lot of people do, and even you can't help it sometimes because if that's all you're seeing, then that's all you're gonna.
It becomes a sense of normality.
Exactly. It? So like, definitely something to remember is a lot of these people's lives are not real. But you're just seeing the highlights, innit?
Yeah. What they want you to see.
But going back to obviously winning a lottery, you see like man like do you know Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah, bro.
So like his lifestyle, bro, he's probably made more money off people wanting to see how he's living.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see. I'm watching videos of him. I'm like,
I want to see that.
You've seen like the gal he's with, like the boats he's on, like the holidays.
Bro, I want to see gal shooting the machine gun.
Bro, like that's. I find that like I can't help it. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're seeing
it's exciting. Isn't
someone
it?
live that kind of life, you're like, raw, like that's sick.
And then you start to think, how can I get to that? Like,
Exactly.
What do I need to do to get to that level and all that? So it's a bit of a. It does affect you for sure. It does
Of course,
affect
bro,
you.
but like it's what you see, it's
then-
what you want, innit?
Yeah, and then like you have to like sometimes like pull yourself back and just be like, wait, I'm happy for like what I got, because like there's some people who haven't, like some of them can't work, some of them haven't got the money, you get me?
bro.
And I'm, let's say me and you, like for our age bracket, we're doing well.
Doing fine.
We're doing fine, but
Yeah,
like,
the
because
average
of
person
what
doing
we've seen
fine.
on social media, there's like probably like a 16-year-old kid that's like fucking driving or like flying to
Yeah.
places, and we're like, fuck, like shit.
But that's the same as like, you gotta think of it like, that's the same as what footballers are doing or like rappers, yeah. But I don't get jealous of them, like what they're doing. I do in a sense. I'm like, oh bro, that'd be lit. Innit?
Bro, don't cap.
I'm not capping. I'm not gonna lie here and say I wouldn't do that. I'm not an idiot, bro. I would love to be doing that, bro. But like, I don't look at them and be like, raw, like that should be like, cause I know like that's just what their life is. But so like, I don't really get why people like. I do get why it is slightly. That's why I think people get jealous or like aspire to be like an influencer, because it's attainable.
Yeah.
Like where's
yeah.
like what my point was, when you look at rappers or look at footballers, you're like, you know why they're there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like for me, it almost feels like sometimes influencers, it's like a secret. Like, you know, different people have different. There's so many different avenues you can go through to get down to those people that influence the rich. That you can be travel influencer, fashion, like podcasters, creatives. There's so many avenues. So you're always thinking, how can I get there?
No,
But like,
sure.
it's a confusing one to be in.
But the thing is, like, they're all fighting against each other because they want to make their like program or show like the best.
I think there's room for everyone though. Like for me personally, if this ever was to blow,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it though. I don't do it because I necessarily want to make like millions. I like talking, innit?
Yeah.
So like that's just, I'll be calm doing that just for like the money I'm earning now.
Yeah.
But doing this and getting paid to do this, I'll be calm.
No.
It's not necessarily about money. It's just about, I saw someone like tweet, I think, or post on Insta freedom or wealth in life. It's not necessarily how much money, but it's like getting to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And like getting to like being free in terms of how you use your money and how you use your time and your happiness and that kind of thing. So that's what's most important to me. But yeah, before obviously we wrap this up, or one more question for you, going for like in the future, obviously we talked a lot about dating, a lot about how you move into people in 2021, that kind of thing. But like long term, when all the nut shit's done, all the madness is done, like what is your ideal? Like who are you trying to settle down with? Like is there a particular like culture, a particular like background, or anything like that that you're really trying to like go for long term, or you kind of with it all?
I'm not gonna say I'm with it all. Obviously, there's like culture standards that I have to meet. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, my siblings are like mixed in it, but I need to keep the
last in the line.
Yeah.
I'm the last in the line.
Yeah,
If I ever eat with a white woman, then
You're done.
my
You're
dad's
done,
got
you
white
get me?
grandchildren, bro. I'm taking him.
You're done.
Taking that you over to Nigeria. He's white. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but,
bro.
ideally, I'd like to like keep it in the line, innit? Like keep it. But obviously, there's a lot of pressure on me to
Yeah.
hit with something big.
I was like, for me, I think I was at one point. I keep changing. Like I keep
Your head keeps
changing.
getting-
I'm like, ooh, yo,
excuse me.
wait. So I think I'm with it all, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll swear.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
so.
like, if I
There's
saw,
one, but I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna go.
Yeah,
But
obviously,
there's a
like-
few that I wouldn't probably do, but
massive
not do like that, innit? Just like I probably wouldn't try and wife you.
Yeah, man, I hear you.
And a lot of like, there's some cultures that obviously want to keep it with their own, like religious reasons as well.
Obviously, no.
I don't know if you heard the podcast I did with my boy a few weeks ago. Obviously, in terms of like barriers to being with his girl properly because of like religious and background, that kind of thing. So obviously there's like things like that. But to be honest, like, if I fuck with you, innit?
I fuck with
then
you.
I fuck with
Exactly.
you. Like,
So,
I don't really.
for me, yeah, it's like I'm not gonna sit here and say like it's not all about looks. It is
Bro,
some of
massively,
it.
of course.
It is about looks, but if you're like good looking, like I've said this to you, yeah, like people. The thing that I've always noticed is like people who are born good looking have like dead personalities.
I don't know, like
I'm gonna be real. Like, but then the ones that like who were ugly when they were like growing up and then they grew up, you can tell the difference because their personality is on.
Yeah.
Point.
You gotta be funny, innit?
Yeah, you gotta hold the banter. Because like the way where we come from, like school wise, like the way we used to rip into each other, like left and right.
Yeah.
You need to be able to handle that. Like I'm
it's
gonna go ham on a bad day. Like you get me? I don't care. But like if you can hold it and like you can like hit me back with it, I'm like
Yeah, you need some personality, fam. Like you can't have someone that's like taking everything too personally, or like doesn't know how to have jokes in it, because that just makes the whole like vibe dead. But yeah, if I vibe with you, I don't care where you're like, where you're from, who you are, in it. Like I'm like, cool with all that.
No restrictions in it, as long as like me and you can vibe on a level where no one else can.
But I hear why people are like past experiences, that kind of thing. Like, I hear why people are like, I need to marry this, or like their backgrounds, like, I want to marry this, because just because you got the same values, you know what I mean? Like you got the same interests naturally because you're from like the same like background or whatever it is.
Just like it just eliminates that misunderstanding in ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah, 100%. I've been through enough like misunderstandings, but
true.
That's for another day.
That's another
That's
podcast.
for another podcast. Long story, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up there. That's been the On Record podcast. Today I've been joined by Dan, switching up for Luke this week. So yeah,
Yo,
but save for coming on. Have to get you on again. Hopefully we're back in the studio. Sure. Keep your eyes peeled for more episodes coming up. See more content from me and Luke. Maybe this guy again. Obviously, get involved with what we've been talking about. If you've got any opinions on what we've been saying, anything you'd like to hear in the future, if you want a guest on here, just shout me on the On Record podcast on my Instagram, on Luke's Instagram, anything like that. And
get more active on the Q&A as well.
Don't shout me on Clubhouse.
Don't shout.
But anything else?
Hey, this guy's active on Clubhouse 24/7.
Anything else? I'm really not. That's you, fam. But just shout me on anything like that. Get involved in the conversation. Love.